Hey everybody, Carrie here for day 3 of the Get Fit, Lean, and Learn to Run challenge. I hope you've enjoyed and learned something on day 1 and day 2. Day 1 again was the physical training components of a really good run training program so that you don't get injured, and so you set your body up to build lean muscle and burn fat and not just run and run and run. Day 2 was about nutrition strategies, macro nutrition strategies to balance your blood sugars and set your body up to utilize that muscle that you've built to burn the calories and burn the fat and keep your sugar cravings at bay. Okay, that was day number 2. Day number 3, we were talking all about recovery. Let me pull it up over here, you guys. I want to talk about recovery. Specifically, we're going to talk about the different parts of recovery, the different pieces of recovery. And I love this quote: muscles are broken down in your workouts, right? Day 1, they're fed in the kitchen. Day 2, and then they're built in bed. They're built during recovery. So recovery is when your body replenishes, it restores its energy. Depletion that happens during the workouts, it's when you re-energize, recharge, rest, and recover for your next workout. You allow your body to take in the food, build those muscles back up. That's when you build them, okay? In the RunningMoms Wellness Training Academy, we talk about recovery, and we talk about mobility, yoga, food recovery strategies, not just food to burn fat and burn calories, but food to help you recover and reduce the inflammation, the stress of your training. We talk proper cross-training days. We talk rest, strategic rest days, proper building sessions in your endurance training that include weeks where you pull back and do a little more rest and recovery. We talk a ton about tuning into your body and listening to it. Sometimes we just want to push and push and push and we get injured, but when our bodies are telling us otherwise, which we talk about because the ladies get access to me every day to ask questions, and they know, like, if you're out there and you're listening and you're struggling and you're feeling heavy and you're feeling tired and you're feeling pain, I pull you back. It's time for a little rest and recovery. When you can nip some of those feelings in the bud, you're not going to get injured. You're going to pull back and take care of that, and your body's going to do what it needs to heal from within when you focus on good recovery strategies. And the number 1 recovery strategy that I think is massively under talked about, underused, super simple in the run community, that's causing hormonal havoc, sugar cravings, weight gain, inflammation, burnout, injury, all those things. And that strategy is sleep. When you're a runner and you're pushing, when you have goals, body change goals, health goals, running performance goals, you need to be sleeping 7 to 9 hours. Endurance athletes need up to 11 hours of sleep a night. So if you're running and running and running, not getting results, wondering what the heck, but you've got small babies at home who are keeping you up all night, maybe it's been years of chronic lack of sleep, that could be why, you guys. And seriously, it's wreaking havoc on your body, and no amount of willpower, no amount of pushing, no amount of running against your body is going to help you hit the goals, the health, the body change, the performance goals you want, until you can work on that sleep. It's so important. And in the post and in the email I sent out today, we talk about sleep. I'm just going to pull it up and read through it because I know how frustrating it is to be running and working hard and wanting to get results, but your kids are keeping you up all night, right? And yes, we're going to talk about that right away, Becca, about some strategies around how to get more sleep, even when it feels like it's impossible. And this is why I say this is an underestimated strategy, a run training strategy that has to be a part of the program when you're thinking holistically about your running, about your health, about your body change, about your running performance, and not just about running and running and running. So sleep. Oh, this is the wrong day. Let me find it. I just want to make sure I read it to you guys because it's got all the info that you need in it. And if you're on live, just ask me a question, give me some info, let me know where you're at. Where did I put it? Day 3. Sorry, unprepared for this. That's like a whole other section. Day 3. Sleep. There it is. So don't want to miss any of this stuff. It's really good. Sleep may not seem relevant to fat loss, but it is. We've got human growth hormone levels are the highest while you're sleeping. So plenty of good quality sleep is actually required to build lean muscle. If you're pushing and pushing and pushing, you're not sleeping, you're not getting yourself into that rest and recovery zone where your body's going to release the hormones that you need to build that muscle. And so what happens is you end up just depleting yourself, not getting the results you want. And lean muscle, remember, is the key to burning more calories between your workouts all day long, burning more fat, okay? Lean muscle is what's going to give you that shape, that shift your body composition, and that comes from the strength training. That's why we talked about day one, the strength training, the speed training, the core workouts, okay? And then you need to sleep. Actually, you need to feed yourself, and then you need to sleep. Sleep lowers, here are a few other reasons that sleep is key to gaining fitness and burning fat. Sleep lowers cortisol levels. Cortisol is your body's stress hormone. We talk about this a lot in the RunningMoms Wellness Training Academy. We just did a masterclass last week on thyroid health. We've done a full-on hormone masterclass, and we talk a lot about the body's hormones and how running and being a busy mom affects us at the hormonal level. Sleep lowers your cortisol levels. Sleep is your body's, cortisol is that stress hormone. Exercise is a form of stress that raises cortisol levels. High cortisol levels is that like anxious energy, putting your body into stress mode, causing you to store fat, causing you to crave sugar and store fat. So sleeping reduces the stress of training, reduces the cortisol levels, allows your body to get into fat burning mode and not just fat storing mode. We all need, as busy moms, to be reducing that cortisol level. In the academy, again, in the hormone masterclass, we talk about other ways to really get that hormone cortisol under control. As runners specifically, it's very important. Sleep increases willpower, okay? When you're sleep deprived, your willpower is depleted and your hormones are a mess. And we already know when your hormones are a mess, willpower doesn't matter because your body's gonna try to get you back to homeostasis. But sleep actually like decreases your willpower, and when you see the donut, you just don't care, you just eat it because you're like, I'm freaking exhausted, I'm just gonna do this. Like you don't care, right? When you're sleep deprived. So it actually does reduce the willpower. So then you have the double whammy where you have the blood sugar imbalances happening because the nutrition might be not on, and now you've got exhaustion, so you just don't care, and then you're eating all the food, and that's just wreaking more havoc on your cortisol. This is all connected, you guys. We can't just run and run and run, okay? Sleep regulates hunger hormones. When you're not sleeping, your hunger hormones get out of whack. So you feel more hungry, even though you might be eating. And then let's be honest, like most of us aren't following the strategies that I gave you on day 2. We're not following those macro nutrient strategies of eating 3 meals a day plus snacks in between, all comprised of whole foods, macronutrients, right? So on top of that, we feel more hungry when we're not sleeping, combined with that lack of willpower, right? So we're eating like whatever and we don't care until like tomorrow. We're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, right? It's hard to get out of that cycle. It's really, really hard to get out of that cycle. I hear you, I know that, and often it's because we're not sleeping. Sleep decreases sensitivity to insulin. So after just a few days, a lot of us are going on chronic years of no sleep, but even a few days of not sleeping properly, your body will struggle to process insulin, the hormone responsible for changing sugar and starches into energy. And when your insulin sensitivity is out of whack, you're going to store fat. So when you're not sleeping, all the cards are stacked against you if fat burning, muscle performance, and in muscle building and running performance are your goals. Sleep is key. Sleeping 7 to 9 hours is critical. That makes sleep such a party, especially while training. When you're training, it has to be like you have to protect those sleep hours. They're very important. And I didn't sleep for years. I did not sleep for probably 5 years, and that's when I was at my most unhealthy. And I thought it was because I wasn't eating properly. That was a part of it. I was training too much. That was a part of it. But I wasn't prioritizing my sleep. My kids were up. So here's the deal, right, moms? Like, our kids are up. A lot of you out there have little kids and they're like babies, right? They've got you up and you feel completely out of control with your sleep. And here's what happened. Like for me in those years, I remember that like my kids didn't sleep. They didn't. I was up every few hours, but they would go to bed. Their longest stretch of sleep was when they go to bed at 8 and maybe wake up at 12. And after I put them to bed at 8, I needed some downtime. So I'd have a glass of wine, maybe 2, scroll Facebook. I wouldn't go to bed till midnight enjoying my quiet time, which I get, but that was sabotaging all of my health, my body change, and my running goals. You need to get really clear on that, because if I had instead put the kids to bed and then prioritized my health instead of having the red wine, maybe I had a green smoothie, and I ended up using essential oils and replaced my wine. There's like a whole story on that, which I get into always. I talk always about my story in the academy, and you guys know that, and how I started to prioritize my sleep. And I couldn't keep my kids asleep, of course, although I did make changes. I slept with my babies for so long, honestly, like they just got out of my bed maybe like 3 weeks ago, and they're almost 6 and 8, but I did that for my sleep. I could not sleep, and I could not handle my body feeling exhausted that way, going back and forth between them all night long. So when we're talking about how the solutions to sleep, right, like you're probably thinking, how much does it get? 7 to 11 hours for those of you who are training for distance, for endurance. You half marathon, ultra marathoners who are also busy moms with careers and babies. Like, how are you supposed to do that? Okay. Sleep routines is really important. Just figuring out something at night instead of the wine, instead of scrolling the Facebook. Like, you can always create a better sleep routine that like just promotes quietness and calmness. In the academy, there's a section on sleep. Every once in a while, we do a sleep challenge where we create healthy routines, and we talk about stress management and all these other things that relate to sleep, and helping you create the environment, the atmosphere, and the mindset to prioritize your sleep, even when it feels impossible, because there's always something that you can do to try to get a little bit more sleep, a little bit more rest, a little bit more relaxation in your life to help you restore, recover, and get your hunger under control, get back in control of your willpower, and realize that it's actually a product of no sleep and hormones out of whack, okay? The other solution is adjusting your goals. I don't run marathon. I didn't run marathons during that period of life because I knew that I wasn't sleeping, and what I was doing was working against my body instead of working with your body. So there's going to be seasons of life, ladies, where we need to decide, is the marathon more important or is my health more important? And we got to figure that out, because I know that time is the #1 struggle for people. But when you don't have time and you're cramming workouts in, you're getting up at 3 in the morning to fit them in, you're running for 3 hours, and then you're not eating properly, and everything's super busy, and you don't have time to go to sleep, and you don't your health is going to suffer, your performance is going to suffer, and your body change is not going to happen because of all the stress, chaos that's going on inside of you, hormones and sleep deprivation, okay? So how do you change your goals for the season of life? You work with me, we help work you through that, because there's a lot of mindset issues that go around that, right? Like, when you're addicted to the miles, you're addicted to the miles, but guess what? You can also get addicted to running really short and fast and prioritizing the food, the strength workouts, the speed workouts, the core workouts, and the sleep, and you're gonna get healthier, you're gonna change your body composition, and you're going to increase your running performance and love of the running when it's short instead of just long and more and more and more, okay? But you need to start to understand that more isn't better, and we get stuck in that as runners, where we just want to run more and more and more. And when you're stuck, frustrated in this hamster wheel of not getting results, starting a training program and falling off, it's like you need to just learn to pull back. I have some amazing programs in the RunningMoms Wellness Training Academy, 5K programs that include all the pieces, all the core, all the strength, all the speed. I have faster 5Ks. What I did was started to train for faster 5 and 10Ks, where I really pushed my comfort zone, really dialed in my training, my strength workouts, my speed workouts, got super fast, super fit, got some sleeping, got my nutrition on track, because I wasn't just stressing about the miles. Body changed, health changed, life changed, okay? In the academy, there's 5K programs, 10K programs, and some of you can manage the half marathon programs when you have the right program, right? The right program that has the rest days, that talks about the nutrition, it keeps reminding you how important sleep is, helps you create those healthy habits, because All of this is about the healthy, holistic habits, you guys. When you want to improve your performance, when you want to change your body composition, and when you want to get your health back in your control as a busy mother runner who has career goals, life goals, wants to be the best role model for her kids. I don't want you guys running yourselves into the ground, and I really want to enforce how important all these factors are as a runner, okay? So day one, again, was strength, speed, core training as critical parts of a solid run training program so that you don't get injured and that you set your body up to build lean muscle and burn fat. Day two was about macronutrition strategies to fuel your body, to nourish your body so that you can balance your blood sugars and set your body up to burn fat all day. And day three today is about recovery, and specifically about sleep, creating sleep patterns, creating sleep routines and adjusting your goals, your expectations, and getting a solid program that's going to fit your sleep schedule. Because if you're pushing so hard on no sleep, you're damaging your body. You're not working with your body, you're working against your body. Kids will sleep again. If you can get strong, get nourished, get really healthy while they're not sleeping, when they start sleeping, you're gonna be like me and ready to crush it again, right? Like my kids are now sleeping in their own bed, and I love sleeping in my own bed and getting a solid sleep and going to bed early because I've created those habits. Not every night, of course, because I work and all that stuff, but I'm very aware of how important that sleep is. And some days I'll crash at 7 o'clock, and that's okay because I know that I need that. And I'm ready to push again. I can push any distance I want right now because I am healthy, I am fit, and my performance is on par to do whatever I want with the ladies in the academy, because they have kept me on track for all of this over these really, really tough years as a running mom, okay? So I hope that this resonates with you. I hope that you understand how important sleep is to fat burning, to hunger, to willpower, to performance, to building lean muscle, okay? If you have any questions, let me know, comment below, email me. I'm Carey, C-A-R-E-Y @runningmoms.com. Message me, I don't care. The RunningMoms Wellness Training Academy is opening on Friday. If you want to train with me, join my inner circle of runners, and I have so many people on the wait list for that, so make sure that you get on and get focused. Get excited to get focused on your training, your health, your body composition, your performance, okay? Because that's what we do. We're busy mother runners who are balancing training with our careers, with our lives, and with the chaos of motherhood. And we need the support of one another to do that, because it gets really hard. When it gets hard, it gets really hard. And you're gonna need your tribe there to keep you going, to keep you on track. Because the real secret to getting fit, lean, running strong is consistency, patience, healthy habits, and time, okay, and support. I will talk to you later. Have a good afternoon.